What you are currently looking at is a chart of the worst performing tanks by 65% players. And we can see, obviously, in first place we have the FE2 and 5B 183. It's just not a good tank. But that makes sense, because the 183 sacrifices literally everything to deal that big slap. However, in second place, we have the Grille 15. And I always find it so hilarious that the Grille is the worst performing normal tank, especially when you realize that Wargaming is basically again nerfing the Grille. Grille 15, shell speed and view range parameters are decreased. Okay, so it's getting worse view range and shell velocity. Damage per shot is reduced by 20 for all shell types. Now that's funny because Wargaming already reduced the damage per shot by 40 in 9.1. So it went from 640 to now 580. Even though the reload's getting shorter, it's not helping the tank. And I don't think Wargaming understands this. I think they're like, wow guys, we're buffing its DPM slightly. The problem is that, sure, you might be buffing the Grille's DPM, but you're also nerfing the one thing that makes it nice, is the alpha. Being able to hit people originally for 640 meant that even though you had bad camo, if you backed in the cover after you shot, you wouldn't get shot back. Now, decreasing the reload and decreasing the alpha means that you're going to have to poke more often with the same camo values to deal the same damage. It's just stupid. In my opinion, the Grille should have gotten an alpha buff, maybe to like 650, maybe even 700. I think that the Grille should be a tank that hits hard but doesn't have an insane amount of DPM. That way, you can use the camo, you can reposition, and you can use the alpha to bonk people harder. That's what I would like to see from the Grille. Unfortunately, the chances of that happening are slim to none. Here we are in our first battle. What do we have up against us? Well, we got an AIM XM4, we do got a Grille, a 183, IS 1757, and two Charfeuchaire 4s. Okay, well, I'm going to make my way probably just to a bush and sit there, because that's the Grille's playstyle. You're not going to do much apart from camp. So we'll see how this game works out. One of the major problems with the Grille is it is a very team-reliant tank. You are essentially hoping that your team does not fall apart, because if they do, there's really not much of an opportunity you're going to have to bring it back to a victory. This tank has 0 armor. It's not a very good tank when it comes to mobility. Like, yeah, it's got a good top speed, but the problem is it doesn't get out of position very fast. It just gets into position decently quick. So we can see the enemy Grille is positioning off to the side. We got the 183. For now, I'm just going to wait here. I was very tempted to drive up, but I don't really think I gain much from driving up. We do have the enemy Charfeuchaire in the back, so unfortunately the shell missed. That is one of the downsides of the Grille, is that its on-movement dispersion is really bad. So even though its accuracy is pretty good, it for some reason likes to miss a lot of shells. So we can see that the Char did shoot at my teammate. Are we not able to spot him? Okay, we're not. That's interesting. Welcome to the life of a tank destroyer. Don't worry, they're nerfing the view range even more, which is rather interesting, I'm not gonna lie. Got the enemy Char. There you go. Grille gun gets a big slap out for 545. It just doesn't feel that impressive to hit somebody for that much. It's also really unfortunate that our teammate just got ammo-racked. There's really not much that can be done about that. The Chars are in the back. Right now, I think the most beneficial thing to do is maybe get some shells into the AMX over here or something like that. I'm not sure if he's going to cross, but he's right at the edge of crossing, so if he moves up just a little bit, I mean, look at how close he is. We also got the 57 heavy off to the side, and that we should be able to get a slap into. There you go, nice 620 damage hit. That's where the Grille does feel quite nice, is being able to shoot people at a distance. It's always going to be very nice at that. Unfortunately, we are already down 2 tanks. Our Leopard is not doing very healthy, which is, yeah, not very good. And our 1-2-1, the player who could very easily clear these Chars, is playing like a wimp in mid, which is not necessarily very good. So I'm going to try and cross this. It's a little sus because I might be shot out, but I think that crossing this and helping out my teammates is the most important thing I can do. Although, we actually have the 183 crossings, so let's go for a shell into that. There you go. Nice 580 damage shot. 1-2-1's going to get a nice shell in, and we're going to see if I can get some damage into the Char. 3, 2, 1, bonk. There you go. That's exactly what needed to happen. As I said, our 1-2-1 definitely should have been the one doing that, but sometimes you gotta take charge, and the Grille is, well, it's not one of those tanks I'd do it in, but we did. Very unfortunate shell there, by the way. If that had ended up hitting the 183, we most likely would have killed him. I was a little worried that the enemy Grille was going to be somewhere near us to get a shell in, but it seems like he's actually nowhere, which is really weird. So he must have flanked all the way back Looks like the enemy IS-7 is fully AFK, which is unfortunate for him. Oh, there's the Grille. 1-2-1 move. Move, bro. I'm not getting shot out. Alright, so IS-7 is AFK, and I'm obviously going to take advantage of that, because why wouldn't I? That's literally free damage. We're already up to 2,800 as it is. 4005 is going to get some nice shells out. The thing I always say about AFK players is they will come back if you don't kill them. So I always make sure to take them out of the game while I have the opportunity. Of course, our 1-2-1 is killing himself to shoot this AFK, so that's not very good. Bruh. Alright, well, we're probably not going to win this. I'm going to get a shell into the IS-7 to finish him off. The problem is we're down on base cap, and the enemy's basically dug into their spawn. And with the 1-2-1 bleeding all of his health, that's really bad for us, because I am not in a position where I can really, you know, use my health here. Alright, well, let's get a nice shell into the 57 Heavy. There you go. He's not very healthy anymore, and I'm hoping that our E100 can go in. If he does, we actually might be in a okay situation. Got the AMX off to the side, and if he does overpoke this, we'll be able to get a nice shell out. But at the same time, again, it's really down to what my team does. I can't put myself in the front line here. So we're just going to wait. We'll see if this AMX decides to make an over-aggressive maneuver. He does get a shell into my teammate. The Grille's in mid, kind of hoping he... let's see. I'm really hoping that the Grille drives out, which he might. He's very close to. Aiming. Come on, just drive out. That's all you got to do. He's right there, bro. Come on. Our team is playing like such wimps. Now the AMX drives out, which is not good for us. Let's go for a shell. There you go. Nice slap into the AMX. Kind of hoping my teammate hits him. We're up to 880 on base cap now. Oh boy, this is not very good. I'm really hoping that Grille just slightly backs up. Come on, back up. Bruh. Yeah, this is not going well. Alright, well, let's see. Oh, there you go. He's finally backed up, which means we can get a 645 HE. Okay, game. Alright, well... I'm really hoping that our 4005 manages to kill that player, which he did. At this point, I've got to try and kill the 57 Heavy or the AMX. Let's go for the 57 Heavy. We should be able to kill that. And HE, nice, okay. We were able to kill the 57, and with our team capturing C, this is actually going to be a win. Wow, this was an incredibly cringe battle. Wow, I get lit on fire. That's really lame. Alright, well, the chances of this guy killing me are pretty slim unless he hits us with an HE, but at this point we can just wait right here. We're up on the base cap, so I'm literally just going to sit right here and wait for this player to make a misplay. Should be pretty easy. There you go. Just like that, we come out with a victory. This was a really cringe battle, and it's a perfect example of how giving the Grille less alpha but more DPM is not going to help it. 99% of the situations we were stuck in, we didn't need the DPM. We needed the alpha. For example, that Grille, we low-rolled our HE 660 when he should have just died. Because of that, it put our team in a situation where we actually could have lost, when we very, very much so should have won. It's something that I absolutely hate about Wargaming nerfing the alpha over and over and over, because you have vehicles like the YAG and vehicles like the 268 that keep getting increased alpha. The YAG's getting tungsten, E100's getting more damage per shot, the E3 got more damage per shot, the E4 got way more DPM, and it's not losing any DPS. Every single tank destroyer is basically getting these big buffs, and then the Grille is the only tank destroyer, apart from the Foch, which is an autoloader, that has lost damage per shot. It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. I mean, the HE alpha went from a whopping 960 down to 900. That's a 60 alpha decrease, and once again, it's going to be losing more next update. I'm so sad. Either way, the Grille 15, as you just saw, performed a 6,000 damage battle. Now, to be fair, a decent chunk of that, about 1,500, was on an AFK player, but even with that, we still easily gave our team that victory. But I can tell you for a fact, if we weren't in a Grille, and we were in a Ho-Ri or something else that was much more frontline oriented, we very easily could have turned that into a much faster victory. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.